Come for the sights, stay for the food. Welcome to MojoTravels, and today we're counting down our picks for the must-try dishes in Beijing. Are you a fan of our videos? Be sure to subscribe to MojoTravels and ring the bell to be notified about our latest videos. For this list, we're looking at some of the city's most iconic, popular, and mouth-watering dishes, street foods, and snacks. China is a veritable treasure trove of culinary treats to discover. And the strength of this metropolitan hub is that you can taste not only the specialties of the area, but highlights from the country's multiplicity of regional cuisines as well. Please note, there are countless unique and exciting dishes to try in Beijing. This is just a sampling. So, be sure to ask a local for more recommendations and don't be afraid to try new things. Kung Pao chicken, or Gong Bao Jiding. Western eaters are sure to be familiar with this dish given its prevalence in Chinese-American takeout establishments. But really, you haven't tried Kung Pao chicken, or Gong Bao Jiding as it's known locally, until you've tried it in China. Kung Pao chicken is firmly rooted in the cuisine of Sichuan province, but its popularity is such that it's easy to get an authentic preparation all across the country, each region giving the dish their own unique spin. Kung Pao chicken is a spicy stir-fry that typically consists of chicken, peanuts, vegetables, though it's often just leeks, and of course, the all-important chili peppers and Sichuan peppercorns. In Beijing, however, the sauce is often a bit sweeter than that of other provinces. It almost goes without saying, but you really should approach Gong Bao Jiding like an entirely new dish when you arrive in Beijing, leaving any preconceived notions you might have about Kung Pao chicken on the plane. Candied Hawthorns, or Tanghulu. Here's something a little different that you're unlikely to have tried before. Tanghulu is a sweet treat that people have been consuming in northern China dating all the way back to ancient times. Mountain hawthorn, also known as Chinese haw, is a red fruit that looks a bit like a small apple. To make delicious Tanghulu, the sour fruit is skewered on a piece of bamboo and then covered in sweet hard candy. Various hawkers will mix up the fruit, adding things like bananas, blueberries, strawberries, and even cherry tomatoes, but hawthorn is the classic. Think of it almost like a mini candy apple brochette. Unlike candied apples, however, candied hawthorns are traditionally reserved for cold weather. During the winter months, little stands and carts can be found hawking them all over the city. Steamed buns, or Mantou and Baozi. Steamed buns are another popular Chinese export that can now be found in major cities around the world. So what's the difference between Mantou and Bao, you might ask? The two names often get used interchangeably, and can indeed change from province to province, but most agree that Mantou is a plain steamed bun, while Bao or Baozi signifies a steamed bun with some sort of filling. In Western countries, Bao buns are the more popular preparation, but in Beijing, you will find plenty of plain Mantou being served, either as a snack or as a side to go with a larger meal. They're rather delicate in terms of flavor, but have a satisfying texture, and they make for a great dose of carbs on the go. And the light, fluffy texture is absolutely heavenly. They're sometimes served with warm condensed milk. Of course, after you've gotten familiar with the basic Mantou, be sure to try some of the many varieties of both sweet and savory baozi. These stuffed varieties can take the form of a small sandwich or a doughy dumpling, and are truly delicious. Egg crepe, or Jianbing. When it comes to street food, Beijing does not mess around. In fact, one can easily spend weeks exploring the city without eating anything else. One of the true Beijing classics, and a dish that works particularly well for a quick breakfast on the go, is Jianbing, a savory crepe preparation that's basically the Chinese version of a breakfast wrap. Just way better. First, the cook will make a thin crepe of wheat and mung bean flour. Then an egg mixture is added to cook on top of the crepe. Next comes a mixture of sauces and toppings, ranging from cilantro and scallions to pickles and fried wontons for extra crunch. Wrap it all up and you've got a Beijing breakfast of champions, or a quick filling meal for just about any time of day. Malatang. For lack of a better description, malatang is essentially a build-your-own soup made distinct by the searing and tingling mala sauce from which it takes its name, with its unique spiciness and mouth-numbing qualities. Possible ingredients you can select for this hot pot include a wide variety of vegetables, meats, tofu, and seafood, all of which go into the delicious broth. Now, this is another dish that originated in Sichuan, but malatang has really taken on a life of its own in Beijing, where the locals have tailored it to their tastes. Among the notable changes in China's capital city is the addition of sesame paste to the recipe. Many places charge a pay-by-weight system. Just select your ingredients, including your meats or other proteins, and away you go. Be careful though, you'll want to specify your level of spiciness, as malatang can get volcanic when you venture into zhongla, or very spicy territory. Jia Mian. This dish is made up of just a few simple ingredients, But when they come together, the end result is pure magic. Jiajiangmian roughly translates to fried sauce noodles, and that is really the crux of it. Originally hailing from Shandong province, Jiajiangmian is yet another dish that Beijing has reinvented, to the point that some people in the city colloquially refer to the dish as Beijing noodles. Traditionally, the dish consists of hand-pulled wheat noodles and ground meat, pork or beef, simmered in fermented bean paste. To that, various fresh and pickled toppings are added. In Beijing, vegetarian versions have long been a popular option, and the city further distinguishes its take on the dish by using yellow bean paste, whereas sweet bean sauce is more common elsewhere. Jiajiangmian is definitely a must-try for noodle lovers. And really, isn't that all of us? Dumplings, or Jiaozi. Not to be confused with the larger, breadier Baozi-style dumplings, Jiaozi resembles Chinese-American pot stickers. They are also closely related to the similarly named Japanese equivalent gyoza. The finer details change from province to province, but jiaozi in their most basic form consist of thin wrappers of dough filled with meat and/or vegetables pressed together along one edge to form a seal. These delicious little packages of savory goodness are served with black vinegar and/or sesame oil. A versatile dish, jiaozi can be fried, steamed, or boiled. These morsels are really the ultimate comfort food. There's little wonder that even thousands of years ago, the dish was described as good for the human soul. And thankfully, it can be found all around Beijing. Peking duck, or Beijing Kaoya. When in Beijing, even if you're only there for a layover, you absolutely must try their world-famous roast duck. The dish has a rich history, dating all the way back to the Yuan dynasty. A popular dish in the imperial royal court, Peking duck has had its own specialized restaurants in Beijing dating back as early as the 1400s. So really, ordering this local specialty is more than just a culinary experience. You are figuratively tasting hundreds of years worth of Beijing's history. The process is a precise and elaborate one involving any number of steps and techniques, all with the aim of achieving that trademark crispy, lacquered skin while ensuring that the meat stays tender. Great Peking duck can be found throughout the city, but if you're looking for a truly authentic experience, restaurants Chuanjuda and Pianifang are two of the most historic institutions. Do you agree with our picks? Check out this other recent clip from MojoTravels. And be sure to subscribe and ring the bell to be notified about our latest videos.